Welcome. This is not an episode of Cribs. This is actually an episode of Make Believe with Calvin Nowell. You are at my house. You are not coming in to look at my house, but you are going to come in to see how I do the behind the scenes of Make Believe. Now, here's the thing. A couple years ago, I was really wanting to move to another place. I've been thinking about where can I do my podcast? Do I have the right house? Do I have the right studio? And instead of me just, I spent a lot of time thinking I didn't have the perfect condition. And I felt like God told me just use what I have. And so what I decided to do was maximize my space and just turn my house into a content location where I can do all my filming. Makes it easy, it makes it more affordable. So I'm gonna take you in behind the scenes so you can see what it is I do. Now you ain't going in every room, you're not going in my bedroom, y'all not doing that. But I am gonna show you how I have my setup and then how I have my team. So with that being said, you are welcome into my house to see how I do things. So come on in, y'all. All you need to do is make believe. All you need to do is make believe. When you can't find your way, yeah. All you need to do is make believe. In a world of ups and downs, in the shadows where you doubt, can't afford to keep wasting time. All you need to do is make believe. All right, so we are in the house, and the first spot that I want to show you is the piano room. Now, before we go there, I would always use a great studio in Nashville. It was called Gray Box Studios. That's kind of where I started doing my videos, and I really enjoyed it. But here's the real deal. Renting the studio, the engineers, it just was starting to kind of get really expensive. And so I was like, you know what? I need to do something in my house. And so I didn't have a piano at the time. And so then I knew I was doing these videos. They were kind of going viral on YouTube. And I found the greatest person, the piano pros in Cincinnati, Ohio. They loved what I was doing. They loved my spirituality. They donated a baby grand piano, a Wurlitzer baby grand piano. They shipped it. I had to pay for shipping all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio to Nashville. And that was when I got my first piano. And actually, I got it on December 12th. And that was like the day that we did the 12 Days of Christmas, and everything kind of went viral. But having a sponsor, having somebody give me the piano was really helpful. And so what I did was I brought it over here to this room right here. This is the piano room. So this is where I do all my videos. And what I love about this room is I'm able to turn on the lights right here on my phone. So I turn on the lights, it's already set. You see there's a lamp over there in the back. I can turn that on with my phone. Boom, you see that? Now, I'm so into turning lights on. I'm doing this with all my house. But anyway, so this is the piano room. I kind of call this my house the aware house. It's a place where people can feel seen, heard, and valued. That's what I love. And then I want this room to be like the NPR in Nashville for people to sing broken down acoustic music. So it'll be me producing it. I'll have Michael play or a musician to play, and I kind of produce intimate solo content. So I've already had people from Aware Worship sing here. I've had Madison Ryan Ward sing here. Madison, we still waiting for you to release that video, but here's a little B-roll of it. So that's Madison. Jordan McCullough, one of my first guests on Make Believe, he sang here. Nia Allen, she's another guest on the show. She sang here. And so that's kind of the hope. I want to invite more people to sing. Now, some of you have been asking, Calvin, who do you want to come in here and sing? I'm just going to try to manifest that again. So Cece, don't play with me. Cece, come on over to the house. Come on over to the house and sing with me. Leandria Johnson, would you come over to the house and tear my house up with your singing? I just need you to go off. John Splithoff, my favorite artist. Come on to the house and sing. I open this up so that where there's talent that are in town. I just love to do music here in this room with friends. So what you can do is pray for this room, pray for my house, pray that we can do this on a more regular basis and make content with artists that I love and artists that you love. So this is where it is for now. I'm making do with what I have. I do plan to move maybe in the next year or so. And hopefully wherever I move to, it'll be even better than this. All right, so with that being said, what I'm gonna do right on the other side of this piano room is my office. And that is where I do the podcast. I just need to say this. The reason why I kind of wanted to do Make Believe and not something spiritual, deeply spiritual, is because there's a lot of elements of Calvin that people don't really know. So I have to compartmentalize what I do, or y'all get confused, like, wait, he does what? He does this? And so I really love the business side. I love the behind the scenes of the music industry. So I really have a heart to help people reach their potential. And so I'm in my office a lot. This is where I used to, Come On Creative, we used to have offices. And then since COVID, we just kind of decided to scale down and we just kind of work remotely. Either they'll come over here or we work over online or we meet up somewhere. But then I just started to say, I wanted the podcast to feel like I was doing my creative daily thing. So my daily thing is in the office. And so let's go right across here, and this is the office. All right, so we are in my office. I turned this into a studio as well. I got the Amaran light up here. They told me something it was. It might be like an F12 or F7. I don't know what it is, but it's an Amaran light. Got that on this ceiling. We got that at the same thing over there in the podcast room. So this is my office. This is my desk. I got on my desk. You know, it's a little messy because I'm just trying to keep it as honest as possible. On my desk, I have a Rodecaster Pro. I haven't even started using that yet. That's like when I want to be by myself and I want to go live and do a live stream. I can put on my headphones. I can put audience noises in it. I can put beats and music and all the things. I could put, you know, topic of the day. And let's say I wanted to give somebody, you know, the Buster of the Day award, you know, and I can put sound effects in it. So that's that. It won't necessarily be on the podcast this way. But anyway, this is the office. So what we did was we just got the light over here. We have the lamp light. And then that's where that little blue hue you see. We have that in there. And then on the walls, I got my YouTube plaque. When we Trusting God, got 50 million views. It's more than 50 million now. We're almost at 100 million. We are, you know, I got my little vinyls here. Y'all see Brandy. I don't think I'm going to change it up just yet till Brandy gets on the show. I just got this the other day. Tori Kelly's new vinyl. Come on, y'all. I don't know if y'all got this record, but it's really, really good. I'm really loving it. So when there's projects that I really love, I'll get a new vinyl. Let's see what I got over here. I got CeCe's Believe for it. I got Need to Breathe. That's the one I got to sing on with Need to Breathe. And I got a few other ones, some other places. Over here, I got my YouTube plaque for 100,000 subscribers on my channel. And then I have another one over here for Aware Worship's channel that has over 100,000. And then this is also too, y'all seen these. These are the plaques that I got for my business, Come On Creative. We work the CeCe Winans record. So yeah. And then over there, got some of the Grammy certifications that I have when I was managing, and also some of the stuff that I sang on CeCe's last record. So this is my little spot. Over here is where my producer sits. I don't have this cleaned up, and he'd probably be mad. Well, he's filming, but I didn't get a chance to clean it up. But this is where he sits. And one of the things is, I got to say this, it's about maximizing the space. Do I want a bigger room where you can see like side shots? You know, this room is not that big. So I normally sit here. The guests will sit across from me. But this is pretty much all the space that we have left. This is where the producer sits. And, you know, he sets up over here. You've seen pictures on the screen. That was from How That Works. Now, I do want to show you this because I don't have pictures to show you, but if you show them this side, you can see that this is another side of my house. And we won't go all into detail, but you can just see that my office doors are there. But there's not a lot of space to make a wide shot. Now, some of you can say, well, Calvin, you can make a wide shot right there. Calvin don't really love side profile shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm a work in progress. So I want it to be where it looks better, where we're kind of on the same, we're lined up on the same row. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. We just need more space because we're just sitting across. So I decided to do my podcast kind of like in the style of Diary of CEO. I love that vibe. But once again, instead of me waiting for perfect conditions, what I decided to do was just take what I got. Hey, this is the best we can do. I got the office. And I meant to say this. The reason why I do this downstairs, and I'm going to show you next, my podcast room upstairs that I had when I first did my podcast 10 years ago that I didn't continue. It was called the Show Up Podcast. I always get overwhelmed with new things, and I quit if it's hard. I'm not doing that anymore. But I had transformed an upstairs, my bonus room, to another podcast room. And I use that for Aware Worship's podcast. You haven't heard me talk about it because it's coming. And so what I try to do with Make Believe is talk about the creative entrepreneur stuff. And then when I want to get spiritual, where you really find the spiritual stuff is what I'm doing with Aware Worship. So don't think that I'm not going to go deep. Don't think that I'm not going to talk about my faith a lot. I am going to talk about my faith. I just have to compartmentalize it. And you'll hear a lot of that on Aware Worship's podcast. But for right now, Make Believe is to help people that are creative and they're aspiring and trying to do the same thing that I'm doing or other topics that you might aspire to do. So now I'm going to take you upstairs and show you my podcast room. And also I'm going to show you, have you seen the magazine covers that I do every month? On the first of the month, I do a magazine cover. I've done, I think, 2 or 3 so far. And so we take pictures every month. And so Padrian, who works for me, he's an incredible photographer. He was also cuts my hair. We set up the upstairs to do a photo shoot. So I'm going to take you upstairs, show you that, and then we're also going to get ready for a photo shoot that you can see in real time. So follow me upstairs. All right, so we just came upstairs. This is my bonus room. I kind of turned it into a podcast room. It had the panels. It's a little outdated, but it's still workable. And so I'm going to use this for the Aware Worship podcast. Now, also, when I'm not doing the podcast, this is Padrian over here. This is Say Hello. Hey. Padrian is the photographer. All those pictures you see, he works with Come On Creative with me. And we use this over here to do photo shoots. So we have a little backdrop. So when you see all the photos that I take, we change out the backdrops and we take the photos. And so today, what I'm going to do, we're going to move this out the way, and I'm going to do a photo shoot for my July cover, which is Independence, about independent artists. Yes. So what I did was we came downstairs, Chris is editing the photo that Padrian just took. Padrian took an amazing picture. He's holding the camera. While I get with Chris, and Chris is editing the cover, and we're going to finish some more stuff to it, but I want you guys to see the cover. All right? All right, y'all. That was it. You saw the whole process. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to tell you again, would you please like and subscribe to this channel? Please share this episode. We're trying new things. We got guests. We got vlogs like this. More content is coming your way. Thank you for your belief. And I will see you next time. And remember, I'm Calvin Nowell, and let's make belief happen. Bye, y'all.